welcome, man. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Chrysler 300 2006 model. Whoa. Y'all see that? Whoa. Alright, guys, this is repairable. I've repaired a bunch of these. Just got to take the door panel off and get inside and take the screws off. But this is repairable. They break high mileage. This must be a high mileage car, but you can fix that. But that's not why they in. In fact, they're not even complaining about that. I'm at Brothers Motors, guys, and we have, let's start this thing up. Oh, from the sound of that, sounds like a Hemi. Complaining about fuel leak, fuel smell. I don't smell any fuel. Half a tank of gas. Hey, he must not dropped it out too long ago. He just called me and told me 30 psi oil. Oh, I think he drove it. Okay, the owner drove the car, and he told me he don't smell nothing. And he asked if I'd come check it out. And sure enough, here we is, man. From the sound of this, y'all hear that? Guys, that sound like a Hemi. Oh, with a belt noise. In fact, let's go take a look. Fuel smell. Now, this customer done heard, of course, on Google that there's a fuel tank issue with these. But they got to go to the dealer for that issue, because we can't do. Yes, that's what I suspected, a Hemi. Y'all hear that? Some kind of pulley noise. Alright, guys. I don't even smell fuel under here, guys. But let's not do it this way. Let's get it in the shop and check it out properly. Okay? Man, that noise is... That's a new water pump. Who would put a water pump on it and not address that noise? I don't know, but we're going to do it the right way, guys. Alright? Oh boy, the hood won't stay up. Know what that means, guys? Yes, those little shocks are shot. Okay, guys, let's take it inside and check it out for a fuel smell. Alright, stay tuned. Let's get it, baby. Alright, guys, I have it in the air. I have it right here in the stall on the ground. Now, as far as fuel smell, unless you can visually see a fuel leak, it's gonna be hard to pinpoint that. Okay, now I really need to get it in the air and take a look around the fuel tank. See, the thing about these cars, guys, customers are aware, at least some of them are, that they have semi-recall, I want to say. In other words, they can get a free fuel tank if they had any kind of fuel tank issues. A lot of times this car will stall out because the vapor canister would get saturated with fuel and cause stall out. The problem end up being the fuel tank. All right, so a lot of people are aware that they can get a fuel tank, so they'll tend, their mind is already set in their mind, it must be the fuel tank. That's what that is I'm smelling. Actually, I know you guys can't see smell or see odor, but I don't smell absolutely anything relating to fuel. Now, your visual inspection should include, naturally, the fuel lines. It goes down there. That line there goes directly to the tank. It should include the fuel rail. Look closely down there at the injectors. Everything fuel related. Look around on both sides. I don't see any fuel spillage, any fuel leaks. And on top of that, I don't smell fuel. But I smell something. So that's when you convert, guys. You start looking, I see some water down there. Wait a minute. Hey, okay, guys. I'm seeing, can y'all see that? It's focused. I'm seeing coolant down there, guys. I think I gotta get this in the air, because I think we have a coolant leak. Look, somebody just put a water pump on it. Look at all that coolant. Now that water pump, I know you're gonna make a mess when you do a water pump, but it's not gonna spill over in the front of the radiator. Ooh, I could see. Ooh, I see water, guys. This radiator is leaking. Let me see if I can get y'all a good view. See, it's under pressure now because it's running. I guarantee you, if I add pressure to the pressure tester system, And on top of that is low. Yes. And it's rusted. Okay, guys, you gotta be careful with this car. I've always say time and time again, just because your radiator leaking don't mean your radiator fail. Something could have induced that. High pressure in the cooling system can induce that. I don't see any major signs of like a head gasket blown with high pressure, but this car likely gonna start overheating. Let me take a look at the temperature. Yeah, I'm at halfway mark now. Guys, this is freaking coolant. I am smelling. Let's see if I can go in this way. Alrighty. Yeah, that's not fuel at all. Look at the seams of the radiator. This radiator is leaking. That's what I'm smelling. Yeah, you're not gonna have coolant on top of the radiator panel. The black panel that holds the radiator in place, you're not gonna have coolant on top of that by coming from the water pump. I think actually they had a coolant leak, and because this is brand new, some guy misdiagnosed this car and put a water pump on it. Although it could have been leaking also. I'm not quick to say misdiagnose at all or recheck, but let's get this car in the air, guys. That way we can inspect the fuel tank and the coolant leak. All right, hold tight, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we got it up in the air. First thing first, let's get a good visual of this fuel tank, which they so highly seem to think that that's their problem. Also, guys, keep in mind, fuel vapors or canister leak can cause a fuel odor, a fuel smell. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical liquid fuel leak. But give this fuel tank a real good look. Okay, so if you see any form of liquid, and for that matter, I don't even smell fuel back here on the underbody. Naturally, if you had a leak, some sort of leak, and the tank is not full, but she's saying she smelled something and just fuel came out of her mind. So let's go back up here to the front where we saw that little coolant leak. God, it's got a cover on it and a regular cover on top of that. Okay, yes, it's likely that water pump was leaking, but it's likely not all that was leaking. See? Oh yeah, guys, y'all see that? Ooh, look all the way up there. Okay, so what she's smelling, guys, is coolant. Look, coolant just dropping all down. Yes, there's a big chunk right there, guys. Guys, visual inspection goes a long way. Now again, I'm not badging the guy that just did the water pump. I will say he didn't go far enough, guys. Just because you see the water pump leaking, you really have to check the complete coolant system. Okay, never stop there. In some cases, I go as far as to say, we got to fix this, then recheck the system. That doesn't make you bad person, because, I mean, you might be trying to repair the car cost efficiently. You don't want to sell a customer something they don't need, but customer will think like that. Well, you didn't tell me that at first. Ma'am, I had to repair this leak, so when I pressure test the system again, it will retest the system. But customers do not understand it. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this is why a lot of customers get inflated estimates. Okay, a lot of that is insurance purpose. A lot of a mechanic's estimate is based off what else would cause that, because they in panic. They've been burnt before and they don't want to get burnt again. No mechanic wants to get burnt twice. Okay, now because I've been in the game a while, I know, like, I wouldn't just stop if I see a obvious looking water pump leaking. Well, that's it, just right up a water pump. Yeah, because I've been in the game and I have been burnt over and over and over again. I will proceed with checking everything else coolant related, guys. It's just something you should do, man. You don't want to get burnt like that. So, but there's nothing wrong with saying we got to check this first and then go from there, guys. Okay, her whole theory about fuel has been debunked. That's not what she's smelling. That's not what I'm smelling. I smell coolant. Of course, that's I have a knack for odor, as it relates to car repairs. So I may sound a little biased. I have an advantage, but that's where we're at, guys. So I'm gonna shut this video down, guys. I'm gonna try to. My estimate will include uh, a radiator, thermostat. Now I don't know if the thermostat was replaced when the guy did the water pump, and new coolant, guys. That coolant look rusted. I don't know. Surely you have to go back in with new coolant when you do a water pump, unless you reuse the old coolant. But I can't work like that. So I'm gonna need a radiator and new coolant and possibly a thermostat. And again, get this, and recheck the system after that. Okay. Now I don't see any possible heater core or anything else. I'm gonna check all the hoses again up top. But for the most part, guys, it's nothing wrong with starting somewhere. And you have to recheck it after you're done. Okay? I don't want this video to be long, but y'all see where I'm going with this. And I want you guys to understand where I'm going with this, alright? Nag transmission. I don't know how many miles on here, but we need to get this replaced every 60,000 miles. Nag one transmission. Guys, that's all I have. I'm going to shut this video down. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.